This is my son Goddess 777 talking about Ashlee Janae. You see the picture of Shanquella Robinson. Greetings. Ashlee Janae. Condolences to the family. Ashlee Janae. Condolences to the family. Um, I'm just gonna get right into it. I know this happened around the beginning of April. I think that she maybe passed around what I think, in my opinion, with my putting the pieces together, I think that she was either gone around April the 5th or she was leaving out of here because that's when she stopped posting. And this is a social influencer that was pretty popular on the internet, as far as that's her was lifestyle, was a social media influence where she was displaying traveling and the lifestyle that she lived. Um, I guess they say it was living a soft life and everything. That was the lifestyle. So she was doing a lot of posting, traveling different places and blogging and just her different experiences. So from my observation, when she stopped posting around the 5th, I think it was something going on. If she wasn't out of here when she stopped posting, she was in a situation where she couldn't, get up there online and everything like she normally did. So I'm thinking like she was in a situation, where maybe she was in between like life and death. Because even it seems like between all the arguing that they said that was going on between her and this guy John Joe, it was still where she was, uploading her photos and she was actually still active on social media. So I'm thinking she was gone. From what I saw, she stopped posting, a social media influencer. I'm thinking it was she was in between life and death around the 5th. I don't think that we know the exact time that she passed. I think that she was gone or before the time that they told her parents. I'm thinking that she maybe was in a situation after they got into that argument when they separated. I'm thinking she was compromised at that point when they separated them because she stopped posting. You got to think about it. A social influencer, somebody that's like blogging, doing their lifestyles, and a lady, that was always on social media. Once a person like that stops posting, then I'm thinking that it was where if she wasn't passed away on the 5th, she was close to it, or she was like in a situation where she was in between life and death around the 5th when she stopped posting, in between that time when she went silent. So I'm looking at it like I think that more the passing was way before that. And if you don't know, me being in the medical profession for a while, dealing with post mortem situations where the rigor mortis set in at a certain time, and I've even had to put the people in the bags and the with the toe tags and all that type of stuff. So working in different branches of the medical profession for some time with experiencing and post mortem, experiencing acute care, experiencing all the areas you could think of, family, long term, acute, emergency care. So yeah, the way the body does after a certain amount of time, I think that it was not the time that they told us that she expired. So and it's sad. As I said on my last live when I was speaking about this situation, may her family rest in. I mean, condolences to her family. May she rest in peace. But a lot of times, they don't rest in peace when their murder is unsolved. they don't rest until the answer is found, and they don't rest. Like they this when somebody's taken like that, they don't rest. She's still the same. What is it? The personality that she has, such a vibrant, young, and beautiful, and ambitious energy never dies. It's transferred. So she's still that energy. She's just not in this realm, but she still has that fire, regardless. Like you can communicate. Like we getting off a little bit, but you can communicate with that energy. Like it's not. It's never gonna disappear. Like it's not the end. You just go from one, like getting out of one car, getting in another, but there she still exists. Her consciousness still exists, and from my understanding, when people pass, they don't just pass. Like it takes time for them to completely leave the body. Like it's just not an automatic thing. Some people say they stay in the body for a little time. Like they don't just go like that. They gone from this realm, but like they're still like kind of hanging around. So we have to understand like that this is not the end. This is a journey. It's more life after death. Like your consciousness does not die. Energy never dies. It's only transferred. Yeah, you can really it's a consciousness never dies. It never dies. Your consciousness never dies. So yeah, she's still pretty much from my understanding and my discerning and research, what's this, April? It's still April. It's only like the 19th. So she's still pretty her energy is pretty strong, like she's still, wondering like what in the hell like what in the hell going on? Like why am I what I'm young. I'm still I got shit to do. Where am I at? Like she's still trying to figure it out now. And she's probably looking at her, because when in my experience, in my near death experience, I was looking at my body. I was up above looking at myself. So I know a little bit about it now. I came on back, but I know a little something about it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she's like looking at herself like, what the hell? They better find out what happened to me. Like this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So energy never dies, it's just transferred. But what I want to tell her family, it's gonna take way more than $50,000. They seem like some nice people and they seem like some nice people and everything. I know when I seen the interview, they were kind of like the dad, seemed like the dad, he was kind of like heading, like kind of getting the authorities involved and stuff. The mom didn't really respond too much. She could be shocked. We have to learn. I'm glad that I've taken like the family psychology, the child psychology, and I'm a psychology major. I'm glad I understand the dynamics of the human brain and how we don't all grieve the same. And I've been in situations where I've seen how people grieve differently, working, like I said, and I didn't just work in postmortem. I know I did a variety, but I have worked in postmortem where I've seen the actual, body, dress the body, and I've also worked with the families and stuff during the time of passing. And everybody don't grieve the same. Some people don't express anything, so we can't say, well, she didn't grieve because she didn't grieve like we might would think she should grieve, or she didn't respond. You can't do that when it comes to people losing a loved one. That everybody grieves. Some people don't even cry at a funeral. They just it hasn't even hit them. Sometimes they be in shock, like I can't believe that my people is gone. So that it don't hit them till like later. So everybody grieves differently, but and I mean it's gonna take a lot of a lot of courage. It's going to take a lot of grit for them to deal with this difficult. This is a very difficult situation. It's a very difficult situation, and like this young lady here, Shanquilla, and it's funny how they both have the same name. This situation is going to take a lot of courage. I don't know who's advising the family, but they need to raise more than $50,000. And I don't care what nobody says about, oh Lord, she should have money, and the family is just trying to come up off of the lady pad. No, it's gonna take a lot of money if they plan to solve this case, because they're going to have to. Greetings, Anwar. And it's gonna take a lot of money, because they're gonna might have to hire their own, for them to get their own attorneys. They're gonna need attorneys. They're gonna need a private investigator. They're gonna need to do their own autopsy like soon, before all the tissues and the toxology and everything get out of the system. They're gonna need to go ahead and do another autopsy themselves. They're gonna need to get the body back. One thing, because the longer you wait, it's more. You can do an autopsy, but it's not gonna be as like, it'll be okay, but you want to go ahead and do it now, because you can see what really happened with the toxology report. You can see, more of the tissue damage, or what's going on with the tissues and different things. It won't be where it's going into decay and all that, decomposition. It won't be where the body is decaying. You don't know like what type of cooling system they have for the body in a country being as undeveloped as that country is. I mean, they most of them got it going on when it comes to tourism, but they definitely don't. Hi, Janita G4, and this is Anwar Asid. Okay, greeting. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for joining in. Talking about the young lady that passed away, Ashlee Janae. I don't know why they calling her Renee. Maybe I'm saying Ashlee Janae. I didn't think it was Renee, but Ashley Robinson, Ashlee Janae, as far as be her influencer name, her creator influencer name. So yeah, I know. Yeah, y'all need a like. Y'all get up. Y'all listening to me. Y'all need to give me some likes. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Cause this is really some good information. I don't care if you take it and go make your content, but at least give me a like or something. Don't just get ideas from Big Dog. My son got. So yeah, they're gonna really need a lot of courage and a lot of money, because they're gonna need like to do their own. They're gonna need to do their own private. Me, I would do my own private autopsy. I would do that. And that can cost, depending on, I wouldn't get it done there. I would get it done once I got my people body back, to the States. I would get my own forensics pathologist to do my own exam. Um and no telling how many times they have to go there. I would be very careful and protected when I went there. That's why they're gonna need money, because they're gonna need protection too, because you don't never know, like the embassy and all those people, they could be like working together to actually let this make the one. It's like they say, it's never personal, it's business, to make this go away. And you're looking at an area that it's not very women or girl friendly, or even children friendly. It's not. Those are mostly Sunni Muslims there. And I don't have anything against anybody religion, but they're mostly into oppression of children and women, and it's a lot of femicide that's not even reported there. Like it's like, I'm not saying that the U.S. is any better, because we see this is going on in the U.S. a lot of femicides, and it's men getting taken out too. Not at the rate that the women are, but it's happening, with the men. But like I said, not at the rate that is happening with the women. And this color thing that everybody is bringing up about, well, she was divesting and she was not with a black man, and the black man, the Asian man, the purple man, the great, they all taking their women out. It's just the fact of, it's the boyfriend, the baby daddy, or the spouse. You know what I'm saying? It look like color not mattering. It looks like it's a spiritual thing, or somebody having a possessed or a mental thing. They taking these women out that they are in a relationships with. Not whether it's yeah, it's a few sisters getting taken out by these Chaz or whatever, but it's happening throughout the different cultures. It's who you in proximity to. If you with a person and they purple and they want to take you out, it look like they're gonna try to take you out, or they getting their ass towed up. Either one. They either getting taken out, and who ain't getting taken out? A lot of these women are getting abused because I mean, it don't matter whether they're in a mansion or they're in a crack house. It don't matter. They getting abused in mansions. They getting abused in high rises. They getting abused in townhouses, and they getting abused in the hood. So that don't even matter. They getting abused, and when I talk about abuse, if you in a relationship and you tell your mate no, and they don't listen, that's great. According to the laws and stuff, that's great. If you getting abused by somebody withholding money from you and using money to control you, that's abuse. If you leave, you're gonna be hungry and you ain't gonna you gotta get up on your feet, you know what I'm saying? Cause this person is controlling the money and using that as a weapon, or they ain't gotta necessarily be going upside your head for you to be abused. There's different forms of abuse. You just cause you ain't getting. Sometimes I'd be like, I'd rather for a mother to go ahead and knock me out than to be playing mind games and all that kind of shit. That's that abuse that is spiritual and it's mental and psychological. It's a lot of that going on. Verbal abuse and putting you, you know what I'm saying, putting you down and even talking about you behind your back, belittling you to people. You could be thinking like, why is these people in my family or my friends or whatever people? That's abuse. Somebody going behind your back and you supposed to be their lover and y'all sleeping together and that's supposed to be your spouse. And they going behind your back, spreading discord and backstabbing you and telling people telling lies and making people think that you the bad guy to make them, make themselves look like they the good guy. And they, like that movie. What's that movie I recently saw? It's so good. It's called A House Made or something like that. I think that's the name of it. Where that man is so handsome and he looks so good, and all them women looking at that woman like she crazy, and they looking at him like, why is he with y'all? Need to check that out. That is a good movie. Looking at that woman like, why is he with this crazy woman? And come to find out, honey, I'm not gonna tell you the movie, but Mr. Handsome, Mr. Rich, and Mr. Successful is not who you think he is. But in the movie, it looked like that lady is the problem. It looked like she is really the problem. It really looked like she is, and the housemaid comes in there and everything, and she already. I'm telling you, the housemaid got food too, cause she thinking like, "Dad, he's such a catch. Why is he with her?" Okay, Jekyll. Hey, Jekyll. Thank you, thank you very much. Thank you. Glad to see you. But yeah, we have to be careful. But getting back to the family, it's gonna take a lot of money, and y'all can say I'm wrong, but it's gonna take upwards towards probably 1 million. I hope it don't take more than that. Several hundreds of thousands. It's gonna take some money, cause they gotta hire. They gotta get the body back. That's a lot of money to get the body back over here. Then they need to do their own private. What is it? They need to do the autopsy. They gotta hire for pathologists, forensic pathologists. That's some money. Not only that, they need to do this before they bury her. Like they need to get this done and then get the body ready for burial. They need a private investigator. They might need security over there. Cause I'm gonna tell you, honey. We think that that's the motherland and that's a welcome. They welcome back home to the diaspora. They don't like America. They don't like, especially Black Americans. They want that money. They don't like us like that. And a few women that I seen that was okay when they moved over there, honey, they not here no more. They are on the other side. And I mean, these women was ambitious, independent women. They had their own channels and stuff like that. A couple of them done moved over there. And the last thing I heard them complaining about how they did not like it over that way and how, they really and they went over there like I think it was like single women. They went over there and stuff. I don't think. Look, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat you. I'm gonna tell you like it is. Hey, girl, you said I thought it was a suspect. Brad didn't give the family money to bring them over for the girl. You know, girl. You know. Let me pin this. Yes, girl. You know he playing that. It look. I've been looking at the photos, and I'm gonna. I probably put it as my thumbnail. You know, it looked like she was doing that as above, so below. It looked like he had. I believe he was having her posing like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm exaggerating, but and then it looked like I seen an Epstein looking umbrella in there above the below that pose, and she was sitting under an umbrella. When I looked at that umbrella looked like the Epstein Island logo, the design of that Epstein Island, that design. Then I looked above the picture and I seen that as above, so below. I think baby was a sacrificial lamb. That's what I think. I said that before, a lot of the content creators started saying it. It just because I mean, that's it just seems like it. Even with like she reminded me of Shanquilla Robinson. Like they both, it was premeditated. I mean, it was these people take these people out of the country, and they know that they can pretty much get away with doing their thing to them because it's another country, and they're not gonna be investigating it like the U.S. does. And by the time, and they vet these people out too. Like the family is seem like nice people, but they don't seem like they're really aggressive, like to the point where like, for instance, something like that happened to my folk, huh, I'm gonna be up everybody ass. Me, who? I mean, I'm not gonna be on no news about no. I'm sorry. I'm be like, listen, that motherfucker. They put me on the news. I'm not even gonna be on some Lord. Composure. I'm gonna be like, this bitch took my people out, and I need some justice. And then on top of that, on top of trying to get in touch with the people and get over there, I know I'm gonna need some security. I know I'm gonna need more than $50,000. Even if I got money and my people that she got money, we're not gonna be able to access it. We probably won't be able to access her money in her account. So we need to move right quick. Like we need to raise this. We need to get this money popping and move right quick now. Hopefully it would be nice if they had an account where they could go in and they could access funds and stuff like that. But it's 2026. We in America. A lot of people that you wouldn't believe is living paycheck to paycheck. So you said, yeah. So yeah, it's a time is of the essence, and he know that. He know them people kind of timid. They kind of laid back. They not old. They not old because they in his age group. He's like 45. The parents is in that age group. That's not old, in my opinion. But they don't, you know what I'm saying? He hip. Mr. Crypto, Mr. Cryptocurrency hedge fund. And you know them people that invested in his hedge fund, those Silicon Valley people is tied up with the Epstein shit. Them people that is funding him and funding his company, not saying he is, because he might not be at that level of that billionaire status, but he is at a level where I believe he's connected. I believe he's into them societies and stuff like that. And I believe he got to do certain things to stay afloat. And I understand from my understanding, he lost millions and millions. And I know when them people lose any kind of money, they ready to take themselves out and everybody else. And I know in them pictures, he did not look right. He looked like he was crazy. I mean, he looked like yeah, they know it. Listen, they observe to see these predators. And I'm not even saying that it's just a white man. They, it can be predators. They observe who you around before they fuck with you. They observe. He been taking account. They said he came in her inbox. He been observing that girl, and he looked around to see who was around her and who was closest to her. If they see a crazy motherfucker that they know gonna crash out for you, that's why I try to tell some of my kids. I'm like, the reason why your ass still here right now, why you still breathing and you kicking, cause a motherfucker know that if they fuck with you, they gotta deal with these niggas over here. And they don't want to deal with that. That's a dark force that you got to fuck with, cause a motherfucker ain't gonna just come at you physically. I'm coming in your fucking dreams, mother. Motherfucker, I'm honing your ass about my blood, about my folk. And I'm not kissing no ass. I'm not about to get up here and be like, oh Lord, let's not fight. Let's non-violent. I'm like, let's go to fucking war. What? I'm tired of this shit. Y'all don't fuck with my folk. And it ain't even look, we should be going to war for this too. Like it ain't even just about me and who I love. We supposed to, as a collective, be standing in solidarity about this. It don't matter if she was a prostitute. It don't matter if she sold some cookies over there on the island. They ain't got no business. They supposed to know that they cannot touch our people. That's an indigenous melanated woman from America. They should have been protecting her, and they should have been scared of us. That means we ain't got no. If our people can go places and they can play on it, they can play with them like that. It don't matter if she was with a white man, a blue man, a green man, whatever. We supposed to stand in solidarity, and we supposed to stand in unity and let them know they can't play with us like that. You see what happened to that man that went over there to China, and that black man went over there to China and took that Chinese lady out. Them Chinese people didn't worry about whether she was divesting or she was sleeping with somebody of another race. You know what they did? They put that motherfucker on a firing squad. That's right. They took him. They put. You know what the firing squad is? That's when they line you up in China. I know these Japanese people know. Shout out to Japan. That's when they line your ass up and they just all take turns just a pow 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 pow. I bet you them other ninjas think twice before they go over there to them countries like China and Japan and think they're gonna take them women out because they can't get their way and they want to think they can just do what they want to do. No, you got to show people. You got to stand in solidarity. You got to show people they can't play with your folk like that. You gotta show. You gotta have somebody that's gonna listen. You better have your ancestors or somebody. You might not have nobody. You know what I'm saying? As far as a team or army, that's why they. That's why they infiltrated our armies. That's why they got our people fighting the young people and the people fighting each other when the gangs were really originated to protect the communities and protect the neighborhoods. People ain't got no team. They ain't got no army. They ain't got that. When these people prey on you and they see that you ain't that you I'm isolated by myself and they looking at your family like, oh, if something happened to them, ain't nobody with no backbone in that family that's really gonna do that. They looking, them predators, they looking. They like, yeah, they I had somebody that told one of my people, like, I'm not gonna mess with you because I know you got some people that'll crash out for you. Yes. And then the people that you be thinking, they be telling them, like, leave me alone. Don't get involved with me. Don't let him think that you gonna beat him up. Don't let him think that because I'm telling you, you put your hands on my folk. And this anybody, like I had a situation where my neighbor had some stuff going on and I stepped in, but you have to be careful because you know if you get involved in domestic violence situation, a lot of times them people go back and they don't want you to say that. But something that's mine that I created, I done had people get mad with me because I think I done stepped in too. I'm like, we not about not today, Satan. Not today. We not gonna be doing this today. No, we ain't doing this. You not gonna be no, you can't be don't nice and stupid. It's not wrong with being kind when somebody being kind to you, but you don't know these people. I don't know you from a can of paint. What in the hell I'm gonna be adding like, oh, cause you got $1 million. That mean that I'm supposed to kiss your ass cause you dating my people. You're a nice person. You're from another culture, so you're better. I ain't saying that's the case. I'm not saying that that's how people think. But you know, you got some people that if people dating a certain person is a certain got a certain amount of money. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah, they want to know if they got a certain amount of money, if they got a certain amount of money, then people are like, "Oh, he's a good guy." You know, our people really can be bought. Like it's some, I ain't saying all of them, but a lot of them, if you got money, a certain amount of money, or some of them even with a pack of cigarettes, they'll sell out for anything. I mean, they think that's a good. If that mug got money, he can come in and say the children, sleep with the mama, sleep with the daddy, sleep with the daughter. I mean, anything for money. They just think money is just it's good. Like that mean that's a good man because he or a good woman because they got money and power and this and that. A person with money and power can be dangerous too. If that's an evil person with an evil character, they can do a lot of damage with that money and power. And as indigenous and melanated American women, we need to be careful traveling to. I ain't gonna say all over the world because there's some nice places that got that's it's some places that'll treat you better. You'll get treated good. You might can't buy no land. You might can buy a house. You can't buy them people land because they don't let you buy land in a lot of those indigenous countries and stuff like that. And those other countries and stuff like those third world, they don't let you buy the land because the land is for the people, the indigenous people of that land. But they will let you buy a house and they treat you good. Now, I'd be skeptical as a woman going over to African countries from what I seen and what I researched and stuff like that. My experiences with them just being on the mainland. I've been out of the country. But what I've experienced with some, not all, I got some good people. It's some okay people from there, but for the most part, it seems like they really don't like us like that anyway. And they don't. I done had them try to date me, and they tell me that they think that the American black woman is too aggressive, that we are too independent, and da 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 da. All this stuff they got to say about the black Amer. They even got a lot to say about the black men over here. But I'm like, you come in here from your shithole country that's undeveloped, and you want us to bow down to you, but y'all want what were y'all at during all this reconstruction and all the building that we see? We were building and had land here before they tell you, like, before they say that, we built the Black Wall Streets, which was always here. We was always having black wall. It won't black because we not black. That's a status. But the indigenous people were always here building and developing. We had cities and stuff before they even came and colonized it. You know what I'm saying? So when they tell us like, oh, come back home to the diaspora and all this and that. My brother, then you see these black women going over there getting taken out. Then I'm looking like they ain't got no hospitals in some of these countries. Like if something happened, it's only one place, Mauritius, that has like a developed hospital and all that. You know what I'm saying? Emergency. So I'm like, okay, if they take you out or try to poison you or something like that, what the hell you gonna have a time getting some medical attention? Yeah, I'm gonna be in their dreams. I'm gonna haunt that. Yeah, I'm gonna haunt you. Listen, look, shit, I'll haunt their ass for less than that. I'm just saying, when it's time to turn on that darkness, you got a right. When it's time to protect yourself and protect what you love, it's nothing wrong with going hard for that. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Okay, what's that man name back in the day? That back in Harlem, that gangster. That gangster didn't play. That gangster didn't play. He wouldn't care if you were white, green, purple. When you mess with him and some of his people, you got to get a judgment. You got to get. They respected him too. I think he knew Malcolm X on the boots. Somebody I forgot his name, but I be looking at his documentaries and stuff like that's how you supposed him to be. They did not supposed to feel like it was that man. They don't supposed to feel like it's okay to take all these women out like that. Somebody's supposed to be. They supposed to be like, Dad, if I do something to this mug, they coming for me. That's how they supposed to feel. And they don't feel like that. Cause our people are not, we not something is what happened? What in the hell happened? Like, I ain't saying we gotta save the world, but come on, it should not be all right to get up here and talk about how, oh yeah, she was a prostitute. So that mean that yeah, I'm gonna make damn right. You damn right. I let them see. Look, I don't be like, hi, how you doing? You're a nice guy or nice girl. I be looking like they be like that lady ain't all there, is she? There, and so that my people will be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep you away from that. I'm gonna keep you away. Yeah, yeah, you ain't. Yeah, you ain't got to keep me away from nobody. But honey, I can see through stuff. I see through people. Like I seen this situation a couple of times where this person was only trying to play games, and I'm like, this person ain't right. I seen it. I seen it before I even got any paperwork. I was like, it's something ain't right and something in the milk ain't clean. And I called it just like it was and didn't have no documentation or nothing. I just seen it. I seen through the eyes. And I was right. And they was like, how did you know? I said, cuz I be in connection with my higher self. I be in connection with them trees. You think I'm crazy. I be tapping into nature. I called it out just like I saw it. I was like, let me tell you something. Something in the milk ain't clean. They hiding who they really are. And they was like, "How you know?" I was like, "Listen, I'm telling." And they and we it went on where they were mad with me, thought I was being paranoid, and I was overstepping my boundaries, honey. I didn't give a damn. I stood 10 toes down on it. I was like, "Listen, I don't care what you say. And I don't care how you feel about me. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be sitting up here wondering like, well, what could I have done? What did I need to do? What did I need to do to make it so everything? No, you don't do it when it come to your people that you. My grandmama used to tell me all the time. She said, "Don't bring. Why you bring them strange? Don't bring them strange people to my house." That's what my grandmama used to always say. She always made it like, I don't know they people. You bring some, you talk about somebody that my grandmama don't know. Cause back then they always want to know the families and stuff. They want to know what type of people that you bringing into the family. They want to know what they about and stuff. And I had this one boy that my grandmama loved because this young man, grandmother, and then was cool with my dad. She knew, she was like, those are good people. That, yeah, he'll make you a good husband. She was like, that's a good people. I know his family. I know they know each other for generations. And he was he was not perfect, but he was a decent guy. He from what I observed him for long after he got married and stuff like that. And it would have worked out and stuff, we probably would have got married or might have reconciled later on, but he passed away. So that's a dub in this lifetime. But I mean, he seemed to be a family. My grandmother called it out. He seemed to be a provider. That's what I saw him doing. I saw him sticking by his children. I saw him trying to be there for his mother and loved his mother. My grandmother said, listen, that's a good one because I know his family. We grew I like I know his grandmother. I know them for generations. So them older like we gotta start like not we might don't have our elders here now, they might be passed on. You feel it. You know why you feel that on me? You feel that on me because I was raised by one. That's why you feel, girl. I was raised by a Leo with an Aries moon. I was raised by a Leo, and I'm such a gentle. I could be such a gentle, nurturing, such a loving, nurturing person, like to the point where you be like, I have such great beds. Like I'm a he'll take care of the. I've been in, like I said, I worked in the medical profession, and I would have my patients see me out at the store. You know what they would say to my people that be around me? They'll be like, I couldn't even open my mouth to even feed, and my mouth was all wired up where I couldn't even eat. And she came in and she talked to me and made me feel like I wanted to go on. And I mean, imagine that. Imagine being in a situation where you can't even do anything for yourself, even open your mouth and eat because your mouth wired up. You got to eat through a straw. So I was like, it's something to that for you to see somebody restored and for them to tell you that you was their light, their bright light in darkness. So that meant a lot to me. I'm grateful because I don't have any regrets. I treated them people like I would have treated my children. Like I worked with the babies and all that at times. I worked with the old people. I even worked with dead bodies. I treated people the way I would like to be treated. It was hard. It was mental. It was a lot of mental work. Like it was a lot of charting and all that. It was hard because it's you dealing with the sick, But I did my part, and I don't have any regrets because I treated people as I would want to be treated, or I wanted my loved ones to be treated. But honey, when it's time to get in, and it's time to get in that that segment energy. Don't get look. They don't want to get me in that. That don't want to get me in that energy. That's the lion. You know the lion goddess, the warrior goddess. When she bloodthirsty. Oh shit. I, I'm loving. I'm saying that's how you supposed to be. You supposed to be able to be that loving, nourishing, motherly. If that's what you choose, but ain't nothing wrong with if you don't. If you ain't feeling, you ain't gotta be nice for what. You ain't gotta be nice all the time. You don't have to be nice, or you don't got to be walking around here being mean to everybody and being an asshole. But who? If I don't feel like smiling, then I just don't feel like it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like saying, if I'm feeling the energy and I ain't getting it back, then I'm not being nice. That's no, they say nice is stupid. You be kind. You treat people like you want to be treated. Yeah, my grandmama, my favorite person. Yeah, your grandma had a leak. Yeah, I got some. You know what? I got some fifth house placements, but what you probably feeling is that fire, that fire energy in my what is it? My spiritual chart. I got a in my what is it? Sidereal chart. Yeah. I got some fire energy and some sun energy going on real strong. And I be like, and when before I knew about my sidereal chart, I used to be like, where that energy coming from? But it's that spiritual chart. And we in the spiritual time. This is spiritual warfare. So yeah, that Leo lion, who? I'll stand up for the little guy. Look, I have people telling me, family members telling me like, don't get involved in it. I'll go and stand up for people that I don't even know if I see them being wrong. It ain't even just about nobody that I love. I try to save my damn neighbors at one point when I lived in a place and I thought somebody was being harmed. I didn't even know them that well. And I don't think they wanted to be saved, but I tried. I'd be like, if you need me, here's my number. Bang on the wall, something. You need some help. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that I'm like, you don't have to be alone in this. You need some because I used to counsel people. I hadn't done it like lately, but I have got help people get out of on I had a client, associate friend. She was in a situation where she was from another country and her baby daddy was like holding her hostage and stuff like this. He was holding her daughter hostage, had her in a house where the people was really like taking advantage of her. She won't hardly eating and stuff like that. I helped her get. I number one, I taught her how to kick some ass. You damn right. I taught her self defense courses. You know what she told me? She said, "Girl," she said, "I was working in she's working in this little city trying to make her some money or whatever because she be trying to get a daughter. Don't have didn't have no visa or none of that. They got her in the house. She hungry. They picking on her and stuff and taking her money. And the baby daddy in cahoots with these people. People be going through some shit. I'm like, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna see her go through that right there. I do. Yeah, I helped her. I didn't know her that well. I helped that lady. And she want the same color as me. She was a Spanish lady. I sure did help that lady. You know your chart. You got it going on. Yeah. Yeah, but we gotta have the women are warriors. I don't know. Listen, the women, I guess they say I don't know if we did it to these men or what or the society or we help society. I don't know. I didn't do it, but I'm saying as a collective, I'm saying they don't want to stand up to these battles. They'll deflect and say, "Oh, she deserved it." You got a sister, you got daughters, you got cousins, you got a mama and all this and that. You don't never know when somebody think they can cross, you know what I'm saying, on your people like that, can run down on your people. It can be any man, it's not just the women dating the white man. It's brothers doing this, it's Asians doing this to their women. You don't be like, oh, she was talking about the lady got hair. Who cares? I don't care about whether she look good to me. She look good. I ain't listen, I ain't never been no hater. I I don't even, I admire beauty. And no Diddy, no homo stuff. I'm saying I admire beauty. I have Libra praise. I like beautiful things, okay? I admire a beautiful woman. Before I sit there and be jealous, I always been like that. I'll be like, oh, you so like I told this lady the other day. She was at this store and she remind me of her face structure. She remind me of the Aztecs, but then she remind me of North, Kanye daughter a little bit. She was real pretty with it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't look like, but she had them the shape, but she was really, really. I was like, you got a really nice features or whatever. But yeah, I ain't never been no hater like where oh gosh, she looks better than me and I can't. No, and I don't. And a lot of times I wear my natural hair, but I wear wigs too. I don't know about no weave lately, but I used to be the weave it up queen. It's the bundle, the bust down, bundle down my back. Who? The different hair color queen, all that. What? I wear my natural hair more now, but I always took care of it because the only reason I knew how to take care of my hair because the Dominican sisters taught me. When I got around them, when I moved from where I was from and I moved around those Dominican girls, them girls taught me how to use natural herbs to do my hair, and I've gotten even better at it with using the natural natural hair colors from the flowers and the plants and stuff. Coloring my hair with the natural stuff. That's what they taught to do from a kid. They didn't teach us that. I can't be mad with my mama and say, "Oh, my mother didn't do my. She put that Madam C. Walker hair crack in my hair to straighten it, or gave me the Jerry curl." My mother didn't know. My mother didn't know, and I'm fair with it. Like I be like, listen, I can't hold people accountable for what they didn't know. They was trying to get to work back then. They was trying to be independent, and I don't know what they went. That I know some of the stuff they went through. It was hard growing up in the South. Being indigenous melanated woman. They say black, but that's a status. But it was hard, and ain't no telling what they went through. And they was trying to hurry up and get to the job because that was their way. They made them think that was their way to independent. We were latchkey kids, and what they got to go to work, so they got to get the quick. That straightening comb took too long, so they got to get us a hairstyle where they can go to work. And we started going to the beauty salons and getting relaxed. Well, I had been going to the salon get my hair pressed. And when I was getting my hair pressed, my hair was longer than it is now as a kid because I didn't have no chemicals. And that's what we gotta understand. Everybody think the black woman is the hair don't grow. Our hair grow. It just get even the Dominican women and stuff, a lot of them have the same hair textures, y'all, that we got as indigenous women of America. They have the same hair textures. Even the guap. I'm telling you, traveling and moving around has helped me because I was around my Guatemalan. They treated me. The Guatemalan women, the Dominican women, all of them, you know what I'm saying, are not the same complexion. It's some of them that's like they different complexions, like we are. They different. And they don't say that they black because that's a status. They say they of African descent. That don't mean that they not black in the sense that we think, but they not gonna take on that status in America. And I don't blame them. We shouldn't be saying that either because that's not a color, that's a status. That's not, our identity that our ancestors and stuff would want us to use as a status like that. So getting back to old girl, I don't care about what she I don't care. I don't care. Oh, you more spiritual if you wearing you got people that wear their natural hair and locks and all this and that. They ain't and they eating vegan and doing all this stuff. They still, you know what I'm saying, full of it. All this, you thinking that they all spiritual? No, it's not about it. It's about what's on the inside of you. Yeah, she was girl. She had it going. Yeah, she had girl. She was gorgeous to me too. Cause we ain't no haters. We not them women that and we had daughters and stuff like that that we'll be jealous of. You got them mothers that you got them women like that that's jealous of anybody that's younger than them that look good and got it popping. We had it popping when we were young. You know what I'm saying? We might not been on. We didn't have social media like we got it now. I know I was popping. I know I was popping. I was on TV. And when I was on TV, I had my bust down on who? I had my hair down my back. I had my hair down I don't know if I had on no eyelashes, but it looked like it the way I put the mascara. Who? And that was on a, and I be looking like that on a regular day. Okay. I used to go down the street because I was into, I was working in the medical field, but I still had I was in the, writing my songs and into music and entertainment and all that. So, honey, I walk down the street to the store and I have people be like, my family, oh, you doing too much and you looking too glamorous. I'm like, look, bitch, what? I'm gonna look like this till I get tired of it. I'm gonna look like I want to look till I get. I don't give a damn. I didn't give a damn what nobody said about my hair color, about my eyelashes, about so how why would I get to the point there where I gotta judge somebody because they decided they want to look a certain type of way, and I want to be like, well, no, you're supposed to look like me. If you don't look like me, I don't get. I look, I accept people just like that. If that make you feel, if you don't have low self, if you don't have low self esteem within, that's where it come from on the inside. If you got it right on the inside and you secure with yourself, honey, when you look in the mirror, you can tell yourself that you love yourself. I ain't got no problem with how you look on the outside. That's how you want to express yourself. That's your choice. You that if you don't worship the same religion, if you know that before you came here, that religion was not a part of you, and you know this is a construct, indoctrination, and you really trying to get to know who you are from within and connecting with your higher self and your ancestors and this and that. But you want to say, okay, I relate to this religion. Long as you know who you are from within, you know the real Christ is within you. We good. I ain't got time to be trying to convert nobody to this and that and the third and all of this and that and the other. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to find the truth for yourself. So I mean, to each his own, and however you express yourself, long as you're not harming children, long as you're not harming the environment and nature and the earth and old people and man and woman, and you just doing that from a self expression with good intentions and not to harm yourself, it's your business. You know what I'm saying? It's her business if she was selling cookies. It ain't. Listen, that's not that's not a death sentence. Okay, that's not a death sentence if she didn't like brothers. Even with that man that woman took him out. That lady took her baby daddy out from the club and he was talking about how he didn't like black women and this and that and all this and that. That ain't no death sentence. Cause he was talking about he don't date black women. That ain't no death sentence. Cause somebody don't want to be with me don't mean that they should get up out of here. Or they decide that I'm not the choice. I have people telling me that that's in my family that they don't date they'll tell me right now that oh black women is difficult and I don't date black. I'm like, look, that's you. That's your problem. That's a you problem. That sounds like something you need to fix because it's all black women are not. They was like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to take. Well, that's you, honey. If you go to these other cultures and you got a problem with your own race, then they sense it. Then that's when the problem come in. Because it seems like they ain't attracting the right people or whatever. Which you never know. You could think you got a good person. Listen, people deceitful. People will prey on you and they'll stalk you. And then when you think you got a good one, if you ain't really deserved, because you know when that sperm get in your brain, we all maybe been there. I mean, me, I try to stay on my shit, but I'm not perfect. Like I be like, yeah, you slipping, yeah, you getting too into this relationship. This motherfucker might not be all that. Like even me with my Virgo Venus, because you know that allow you a Virgo Venus will have you where you too logical when it comes to love. You don't want to fall. You be like, nah. Uh, and that's not good because love is not logical. So that ain't even good to be that into the logic when it comes to love. There's nothing logical really about love. It's a feeling and it's an emotion and you just gotta, express. But even with me being logical when it comes to love and making it make sense, sometimes I be like, damn, I'm slipping a little bit, but you know, we all fall down. We all fall, we don't supposed to fall in love. We supposed to rise in love. And a lot of times we don't realize it, but these men don't really like us like that. They don't like us. We probably don't like them. Like at this point in the game, men and women don't like each other. They don't. They don't need to be living. Listen, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna call it like it is. And I don't even believe in that. You could get spiritually transmitted diseases, even if you're using the prep, even if you're using the protection. But I don't think we need to be living together in relationships at this point. I don't. Not until we do some serious healing, some serious shadow work, and some serious coming to accountability. And it's just not the men. It's a lot of the women that got issues too, and we hard to deal with. We hard to live with. We got our little childhood traumas, and it's big. It ain't little. I just say little because it's happened when we were little. But we take that into our adult relationships, and these men got their issues where they got these mommy. We got the daddy and mommy issues. They got the mommy issues. We neither one of us done healed from trauma, and we taking it into these adult relationships, and that ain't nothing but a recipe for a disaster. We really don't need to be living with each other, and if the mind ain't right, you don't need to be sleeping with nobody. You don't need to be sleeping with these people because sometimes when they mind already off and they done been through trauma and they ain't got feel like they ain't got nothing to lose, and you get with them and you start involving sex and all these emotions, people can't deal. You know what I'm saying? They lose it when they feel like they losing you in, or they losing control. A lot of times it be control and people looking at people as property. Like when they get married, I notice a lot of people say, I got papers on you. That mean that they looking at you and you looking at them as a property, and that's not right. We are sovereign, free will human beings. We don't nobody own us. Don't nobody own you just because you're in a relationship. Don't nobody own you just because you married to them. You got a right to want to leave, and it's bad when you want to leave somebody and they don't want you to leave and they want to take you out. What you gonna do? I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find. Listen, I think I need to write a book, How to Get Away and Be Alive, because I done did it. Number one, you don't tell nobody that you leaving them in their face. I'm leaving. I had this. I'll say it again. I had these white guys to tell me how they women is sneaky and they don't never know what they gonna do. And I said maybe that's the reason that they don't tell y'all because they know y'all gonna try to take them out. They probably tell you what they really thinking. Cause they have to take a lot. Like somebody said, we think that they got it made over there. Becky and Karen and them got it made. They know they suppress and hide a lot of stuff. They suppress and hide a lot of things to keep the system up, okay? And that causes a lot of psychological issues and stuff like that. When you suppress it and hide, make you crazy. So you know what I'm saying? They can't express themselves. But at the same time, we got a lot going over here on this side too. What done happened to our people? What's that man name? What'd he say? He said something wrong with a black man mind and a black woman. She's crazy. How we worship the pastors and stuff like that. Get a pastor millions of dollars to buy planes and people can't even hardly pay their light bills and stuff, but they making worshiping the pastor. And how he said a black man, his mind, something wrong with his mind because he can be a rocket scientist and still have the same still have the same something as a man in jail, somebody in jail. Hey, look at it here. Damn. Let me go ahead and cover this up. Then start blowing the horn. You got when I move the thing, because I got my window kind of open. I see somebody kind of sitting here by it, but I'm high up. And then gonna start blowing the horn. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. See. So anyway, that'll do it. But yeah, I don't worry about nobody though, cause I have my spiritual protection. I got my physical and all that, and I don't mind using all of them. I don't give a fuck. You gonna have you listen. I don't know what the heard. I don't know what in the world you heard about me, but you don't want none of this, baby. Cause I don't look. I've been practicing and training for. Look, I don't. I'm a lover. I'm a lover. Yes, definitely. And I know how to be soft and all that. But when it's time to battle, I'm going all in. I think like they think. When it's time to protect myself and what I love, I know I study my enemy. I study my enemy. I might scare them. Cause I mean, You supposed to. Yeah, you supposed to be able to, you know what I'm saying, go from 0 to 100 when you need to. That's what it's about. It's about balance. Yeah. And now it's gone. Now they're gone. Uh-huh. But anyway, so I just know her parents is gonna need way more money than $50,000. I don't know who was advising them, but they really needed to start out with more than that because that's penny. They're gonna need to pay people over there. Cause let's just be honest, they're gonna need to be able to pay those people. They're gonna need to be able to pay those people to They're gonna need to be able to pay those people over there because he probably don't pay them off. Where it don't take 150. Do you know how long $150 will last over there on that island in a week? Like that's a lot. That's like is it shekels? Shingles. It's $3,000 will last you over there. You can stay over there for you rich over there with a few $1,000s. I'm telling you. If with $3,000 to $5,000 over there, it'll get you for a month. You can live like a king. It might be longer than that. Cause you might can. What is the visa over there? Oh, I think it you can stay over there for a while, but I don't know if it's not on completely on the ban list. You can stay over there and live like a king with a little bit of money. I'm just saying. They just ain't got no hospitals and stuff like that though. It's not developed like that. It's not many countries over there in Africa that got really great. It's like a couple like is it Johannesburg and maybe Mauritius. It's not many though. Like something happened. Look at that man that got in that car accident that was fighting Jake Paul or whatever. He had to be flown to Europe, didn't he? And he had some money too. So yeah, you don't want to go over there. You don't want to go over there by yourself and no woman anyway, especially no melanated woman. From America. I'm just gonna tell you, cause people won't tell you. They'll be like, "Oh, you can go over there and be." No, I advise any woman not to go over there by themselves, especially the indigenous woman of the Americans. I'm telling you, don't go over there. Don't go over there with nobody that you don't, because it be y'all friends and y'all families and y'all lovers. And now they're gonna be really adamant about taking motherfuckers. If they see him get away with this too, and them people done got away with shit, Quilla Robinson over there in Mexico, may she rest in peace. May she rest in power. Her beautiful self. They gonna be doing this on a regular. Think about it. Oh yeah, if I take this motherfucker out of the country, I can get away with this. That's it. I mean, and then you got men and stuff, and even some women up here. Well, she was with a white man, so you know, and, and she was a prostitute, and this and that. I wouldn't give a damn if she was with a gray man, purple man, but when she was with a reptilian, I wouldn't give a damn if she was. Uh, what about the women we don't know about? Have he done this before? That's what the family need to have some money, raising so they can do this some shit. And they seem like they need a representative to go with them because they seem like they seem like they nice people, but they might be kind of, easily too intimidating and stuff like that. Because the way, he had to scope out the family to think he could get away with this too. Like, oh yeah, if I get this done to her and do this and sacrifice, then her family they gonna move slow, and by the time they figure it out, she gonna be decomposing, and they gonna be in Zanzibar gonna be done push this up. That's how people. That's what a predator do when they on when they scoping out they prey. You think they don't? Listen, if he had somebody with look at okay, for instance, somebody like Cardi B, she very tight knit with her family. She probably got like people in her family that secure her. They her security guards and blah blah blah. It's gonna be hard to do something like that to that one, cause she ain't. Look, let me tell you. That's why them women in them other countries do what they do. When you marry them, you marry their family, cause that's protection, and I don't blame them. I always say that. I don't blame them women, Jenny Mai, them damn passport bros and stuff, them women over in Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand and all them women in China, even Africa, even them African women know what time. They see they ain't gonna tell you, but they know. They know it's not safe. Cause they done been through it as little girls, and even some of the boys could get assaulted and stuff like that in that place where that lady got taken out at. May she rest in like I said, it's hard for these folks to rest when they just passed, and it's about violent passing like that. It's they trying to figure out when y'all gonna figure out what happened to them. They trying to get retribution, justice, and they come. They upset. They are confused and stuff. They might be at peace because it's probably more peaceful than being. But they look, they can see kind of what's going on and stuff. And what's going on? Where am I? Do I need to go towards the light and all this and that? So, um, yeah, they need a representative because that man done scoped them out. He think that they ain't got what it takes to get to the bottom of this, and he think they don't have the money and the power to be able to get things. It's a time is of the essence. He betting on that the family not gonna be able to get the autopsy done on time. They're not gonna be able to get the body back. They're not gonna be able to press them people while it's hot and fresh. You really got to press them, family. Ashlee Janae family, y'all really got to press those people now about this case before it die down because they really don't care anyway. They don't care. Listen, he might go over there and hunt all the time. They don't care about this case. They don't. You think they care about those are Sunni Muslims. Look it up. Look up the femicide rate and how corrupt the police is over there, and how those kids are abused and the women and oppressed and abused and the violent crimes against women and how that government was telling the police officers over there they got to get more able to handle the violence against women and stuff like that. It's a lot. It's a lot of corruption with it. It's a lot of corruption over there, over here. But I'm saying it's more developed. Yeah, we this ain't they made it try to make it hell, but as bad and then I seen people talking about how they do in the hospital over there, how they supposed to do it. You can't look. I've been in the medical field. I was in the not doing the work I was doing there, but I was in the medical field for a while. You cannot compare the hospital in Zanzibar to what we do over here in the U.S. It's a whole different, and you cannot say, well, the butler ran off. Them people ain't like us. You're not dealing with. Y'all really don't understand. They downplay the people over here and make us think like, oh y'all we better to you than you. We come from our home country. We're from a great place. Well, if it was so great, why you over here going to school and why you over here living? Why you over here trying to make your way? Why you ain't back? Listen, they're not as how can I say it? They ain't on it. They not as on it and stuff like we are. They see something like that, they might run. That man might have been in there. They might be scared to say he was in the room choking her out, and they seen her hanging with her feet dangling. Cause think about it, that sounds strange that she gonna be hanging from a that what happened. I believe is that little butler ran in there and seen that white man had her up. Cause you know how when they, he looked like the type where he look. You seen them people where they when they strangle people, they pick them up with one hand. They pick him up. I seen it. They pick him up in the air by their throat. He looked like he the type. Well, this is my son got a 777. He had her up in the air and her feet were kicking. And then once he finished straight, he probably just he heard it plump because that cracker dropped her down on the ground. He had her up in there. He like, bitch, I'm sick of your. I don't like your motherfucking ass anyway. He looked like he just was crazy, and she probably was like, she's a Leo, she's a Aries, she's a Aries, so she won't take none of his shit. They said he was allegedly over there doing this thing because he was coming over there all the time. He probably was trying to have a freak off, and she didn't want to get it. I'm just assuming she won't take it his shit at that point. She done had enough. And some people you can't just be like, oh, you a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you gonna play with me like that? You got me fucked up. When I get back to the States, Man, fuck you. She probably was letting him, cause you know what I'm saying? A white woman probably would have just sat there and act like everything was okay. And that would have been smart if you could control that's why it's good to be able to control your emotions and not be a reactionary. And that's easier said than done, because I know how she feel. Who. But honey, sometimes you gotta be thinking like, oh, I didn't know this mother was like this, and I got myself into something that maybe I done got in a little too deep. But we don't even know that if she would have been cool. That Listen, if it was meant for her to be the sacrifice, it don't matter what she would have did. I heard he was. This could be a lie. This could be rumors. Cause I done heard people say that might not be her body and that she's been trafficked in and all kind of stuff. So, I don't listen. I ain't going all out in there. I'm thinking the lady gone, but I'm thinking like if he planned this, it wouldn't have been nothing she could have done to prevent it. But let's say if he got heated and angry and he snapped on her. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say if it was a case where, you know, you let's say somebody was in a situation like that, and that person is like wanting to start arguments, and they not premeditated taking you out, and you wasn't a sacrifice, and you had a chance to get out of there and live another day. Let's say that had she just let him do what he wanted to do, I ain't saying that's the case, because he could have been premeditated. He could have planned on. It's no reason. It don't matter what she could have called him. It's no reason for him to take her out. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted to get back at her, it's other things he could have did if he was pissed off with her than taking her life. And yes, I believe he did it. But let's just say that he snapped. It was a time when I don't know if that was the case, but he lost his money, and they was arguing. Somebody said they been arguing the whole time. And she just went off and been like, "Oh, you broke and you ain't got no money. You a fuck boy anyway." I don't like. Let's just say that was the case, and let's just say she would have not said it. Just let him, hey, run him up. And when she got back to the states, she do her thing and just leave him alone, and then just held that in and take all that energy that she was gonna use to fuss him out and never speak. Think about it. Never talk to that mug again. Just take it. Take. Control her emotions, go within and tap in to the her higher self, and just don't even fuss with that man. When she got back over here, ghost his ass and never speak to him a day in his life. Never talk to him. You know what I'm saying? That's how you hurt a person right there. When they can't see you, they can't manipulate you, they can't touch you, honey. But that might not even been the case for little baby, because that might have been a premeditated. The way I see it, it looked like a sacrifice to me. I don't know whether I think I would have my people, a forensics pathologist, look at her organs and all that to make sure everything is there. Make sure that everything is intact and all that. The pineal gland, the womb, the uterus, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, it's crazy. But I know the family should I know they should raise way more money, and I know that we should stop getting up here talking about because she was with a white man and she deserved all this and that, and because she said a few tweets. Y'all are crazy. Cause she got a point. We be embarrassing each other a lot. She said it's the truth. I mean, it is embarrassing. I don't know what happened when the last reset happened, because our people just these people were to create. These people created technologies, and they were the superheroes that these people make movies about. I mean, oh boy, how had a mighty fallen? We done forgot. We really done forgot who we be, not who we were. We really done forgot. We don't believe it. We really believe we came from Africa. Evidently, we really believe we came on a slave ship. We got to, cause ain't nowhere in the world people that know what greatness they come from would behave like some of us. Not all, like some of us do. I don't. I used to defend. I used to defend them and defend our people and be like, no, no. Now I don't have. They people be like, see, I told you. I be like, look, I don't even got no defense no more. I'm just, hey, I gotta save myself. And the ones that it resonate with, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But to the rest of them that's done got degenerate and don't care, Good luck. I can't keep right on. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pour into myself. I gotta figure it out and save myself. Cause at the end of the day, if I'm the smartest person in the room and I got all the answers, Houston, we have a problem. Yeah. I saw something. I saw something. Article that I was gonna put up here about. Maybe I should do another live about it. It's about what is it about? About how the scientists don't even know. They don't even know. They don't even have any idea about the nerves in the clitoris and stuff. Yeah, they don't even know about that. No, that's something about him. Mm-mm. Blocking the property of person involved in blocking the property. What's this? Oh, this is the one about the nerves and stuff. The nerves in the clitoris and how they don't even know about it. They done mapped out the penis 3 decades ago, but they still don't have any idea about all the mysteries of the holy temple of the womb. And they doing surgeries and reconstruction and trans surgeries on it to construct them for the trans people when they change it over. That's wild. Yeah, we do. We need shadow work and healing. Yeah, they give the pastors money and the people be struggling. Yeah, they do. They do that a lot. I seen it. I seen it. I grew up in church. What's my pastor on? She was a good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that we should be doing the religions and we should be going within because of Christ on this side. I had a. She was good. I can't. I can't take nothing away from the one I had. She wasn't on that bullshit. I ain't even gonna lie. She loved her people, even though some of them started worshiping her and stuff. But she was a real one, and she might didn't have all the knowledge as far as to know to be, you know what I'm saying, going within and not abiding by those religions. But she tried with what she had to work with. She really did. She used what she had, and she was a pure hearted. She was a good person. Yeah, Addie, Pastor Addie, yeah, Addie Prince. She was a one. She helped me a lot. I'm telling you, I'm not even gonna throw out the baby with the bathwater. She counseled me and helped me a lot. Some of the stuff as I got older, I was told her, I was like, I don't agree with, and that's real, cause me and her were like friends. Even when I wasn't going to, I left the church when I moved away, and I was like, I'm not in agreement with some of your members. I don't like the way they treat the other people or treat me, and I just don't. I think they full of it. And I was honest with her, like we was still cool. I was cooking for her and everything. Like when I come home, I'll make her like lamb and I'll go visit her and I talk to her constantly talk to her all the time and we stayed in contact. I'm talking about my past. Like she was a Pisces. She just had a birthday. May she rest in power, rest in peace. Yeah, so she was a good one. But I've seen people worship pastors. And I would tell some of the people living at the church, I'd be like, she's only human. Like, what do you want from her? Like she's a human being. She got feelings and stuff, and y'all putting too much on her. And a lot of them a lot of people are sheeps, and they really are fucked up in the head. Like I wouldn't, I never wanted to be a pastor because I was like that I would probably get tired and be. I mean, it's not hard to take advantage of these people in these religions, because people looking to follow somebody, they looking for a miracle, they looking for a sign. They don't want to do the fucking work of going within and working on themselves. They want somebody to prophesy to them, to give them a word, to tell them that everything gonna be all right, to tell them that they forgiven. But they ain't even forgiving themselves. How Jesus Christ gonna forgive you, and God, you ain't even forgave yourself. You ain't forgave your neighbor. You ain't forgave your family member or whatever. You ain't forgiving nobody. So how you gonna be forgiven? You ain't forgave yourself. You ain't took accountability. You just be like, oh, that was the devil that made me do it. That was the devil that made me do that. I mean, it's not me. I got a demon, and I need to get deliverance from that. Man, they be fighting all their lives to get delivered from that demon till they die. They still ain't got delivered from that. Instead of being like, look, motherfucker, demon, you a part of me. I'm a part of you. We gonna figure out this shit because you got me and you got us running them up. You got my life in chaos and mayhem. We gonna sit down and we gonna figure this out because it's me and you in this shit together. We gonna have to work on us. And we're gonna have to work together in tandem to, benefit ourselves, okay? Cause we in this together. I know you some unhealed parts of me that I ain't took control and discipline over, and all this lust is out of whack. Okay, we gotta fix this. That's right. So yeah, looking for love, and yeah, it be the spouse or the boyfriend, and sometimes it be the women taking the man out. I mean, it don't seem like a time. Unfortunately, we gonna have. I mean, people got bills and debt, and they done got in deep with prenups and not having pre. Honey, I'll walk away from all of that to get me some peace and be to myself. I'm not gonna be sleeping with an enemy. I'm not gonna be being abused. I'm not gonna be being talked to any kind. None of that. You can have it, or they can have it. A court can split it. Whatever. It's not worth it, because what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and to lose his soul? And what it say in the Proverbs, it's best to be in a house, on the rooftop than in a house with an arguing woman and shit. Yeah, you ever been in a house with a miserable person, even a man? You men in their femininity, as far as not the feminine, as far as the creative side, they acting like fucking women. When I say that, they act arguing and picking and nitpicking. Always got. I don't want to be in no house with no man like that. I'd rather be on the rooftop. They say I arguing argumentative women, but some of these men ain't never satisfied. They complain and gotta argue and criticize. I'm like, I used to be like, well, why you fucking criticizing? Do it. How about that? Instead of being you ain't no employer, or no, you ain't my employer. Be an employee and do it your fucking self and do a better job than I did. Then you can make a comment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. And yeah, I guess I do have that energy around me. I got that energy, that Leo energy, because I was raised by Leo, and I resonate with the lioness goddesses and stuff like that. The Lyrians, the lioness goddesses and stuff. Um, and I actually connect with that energy. So, and I have fire. Um, not a lot of fire. I have in the tropical chart. I have some air and water, but in my spiritual chart, I'm a spiritual warrior now. Definitely. And I'm a lover in the physical. I'm a lover. I don't bother nobody, but when I need to put on my warrior suit, I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. And I don't mind speaking truth to power. And I used to couldn't do that. I used to really couldn't put my words together. I had to do a lot of work to be able to do that, as far as, being able to take, classes and different things, and understanding human behavior. It took some time because I was really shy. I really couldn't express myself. I couldn't. I was really shy, believe it or not. I was really shy, and I didn't know how to like speak, and to the point I would be like just talking on and yeah. And learning to slow down and saying less and meaning more. So it took some working on myself. Yeah. I didn't. This was a process. This person that you see today is a process. And like I said in my last live, the enemy tried to take me out before I got to my purpose. That's what'll happen. And they'll try to use somebody to take you out, or you'll take yourself out, or try to end you up in where you in a sunken place, whether it be recreational drug use or alcohol, or the crazy house where you don't lost your mind, or in jail, or just taking off this earth before you know your purpose and stuff like that. While you in that shattered place where you haven't done the shadow work, that's when they get to a lot of people, and they get the industries and all these different places they get to them when they shattered, and they take them out or sacrifice them. And it could be your family, it could be your friends. You don't really have friends. It's like I said in the last live, it's a lot of people I wouldn't even travel. I wouldn't even travel in the United States with them, much less out of the country. You got to be aware of your surroundings. You got to know the signs, and you got to heed the warnings and listen to. Even if it's somebody sometimes you don't even need to be around your parents. They're not your friends. Sometimes the parent is your enemy. You hear me? It's not even the people that's strangers. Sometimes it be your loved ones that you need to stay away from. Yes, your enemy could have carried you. Your enemy could have provided. And I'm not talking to the paranoid, schizophrenic people that's, maybe been taken over, or they're on recreation. They're getting paranoid of everybody. I'm not even talking to them. I'm talking to people who have been doing the work, the shadow work, and are bad. They know without a shadow of a doubt that what I'm saying resonates with them. Like, not all no type of psychotic type, crazy paranoia type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where they have actually faced the darkness and they know the truth of the matter. Okay, where like who your people are and who they are not, and when you see and feel your tribe, the energy. So that's who I'm speaking to. So yeah, yeah, I was really man. I didn't even really start really talking a lot till I was when I think I snapped, and started talking a lot after I got married. Honestly, that's what did it. I wasn't even talking a lot when I first got married, man. Something happened and my buttons got pushed and I didn't shut up. So I was like, he was like, oh my God, I thought you were quiet like my mother. I was like, yeah, I did too. Not like your mother though, cause she a little too quiet, boo. No, no, no. I was raised. You better look at. I was raised by a Leo with an Aries moon, and that's tough. That's tough being a water sign and raised by a Aries Leo, a Leo Aries. Y'all ain't built for that shit. Y'all ain't built for that. You hear me? Y'all ain't built for that kind of patriarchal energy. In a woman? Okay. But that's who made girl Jackal. That's what that's what my look, your grandmother. And that's hard for us. It's hard for your mother to understand the relationship that you got with your grandmother. That is hard. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, that's what what's her name be going through with Black China grandmama raised her. Yeah. And your mother probably did get along with your grandmother. Your mother probably did get along with your grandmother. So when she see you like really, even though she let your sometimes some people didn't even let them. They took the kids. Now, I ain't saying in your case, but in some situations, the grandmother took the child because they felt like the child didn't know what they were doing and raised a child, and that child still resent that mother. But that child loved that grandmother because the grandmother raised them, and the child look at the grandmother as their mother. So, you know what? We got a lot of shit going on with our damn matriarchs. Listen, it's a lot of shit going on with our matriarchs. It is. It's a lot of stuff. It be a lot of trauma and stuff like that. My daughter thought I was mean. But what my daughter didn't understand is it was a lot going on with me and my mother when she was born. There was a lot going on. So yeah, I'm gonna look mean because I gotta defend myself, and I can't be no little mushy ass water sign or something with that damn back then. I'm not talking about now because everybody done got older, and they done got older now. But when they get older, they still the same. They just can't move like they used to move, but they don't. So what she saw in me was me protecting myself and being defensive, but it was more like from her point of view, she was told like I was bad, I was a bad person, crazy. So a child don't understand. That's what I had to understand. I had to understand. I was a child. She was a child being born, and she's seeing it out of her eyes that from what she been brainwashed and stuff. That's why you got to be careful. Got to be careful. Like some of these grandmothers is good. Some of these grandmothers needed to raise these kids because they didn't need to be around their mamas. Their mamas had their mamas was fucked up and had some issues and stuff going on. But some of these grandparents, honey, they have weaponized these kids against their parents, and I mean, it's a tough situation. I mean, I know what it is to be like a baby daddy that be trying and trying and it ain't never good enough. So I know. But some of these mamas are mean. I'm sure I have been mean because I would catch a hell. And it ain't no excuse, but I was a kid, married, catching hell with my husband and, my family members. So I was like probably not the nicest person. And I have apologized. I was like, it ain't no excuse for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was unaware, it still was affecting you. You still matter. So I tried, but honey, after a while, you just be like, look, I can't apologize for stuff I didn't do. I mean, it is what it is. You want to think I'm the bad guy, then look, I love you regardless or whatever. Like I enjoy. I wish you the best. I've never been a person to be like, well, I'm gonna sit around and wait for something to happen. And I'm not like that. Like I let you go. I love you, and I'll let you go to enjoy your life before I sit there and try to like keep arguing and explaining my like you know what I'm saying? Like it's harder when it's like somebody that you created, but after a while, you gotta let go. You gotta let people go and live their lives. If they want to believe something, they got a right. They have a right not to. They have a right to feel the way they want to feel about certain things, and you can't let them see. You can't make somebody see your side. They got a right to choose what they want to be. You don't have to be a part of something that you don't want to. We all are free will human beings and sovereign. We have a right to live the way we want to live and believe what we want to believe. And you gotta let people. You gotta let them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them go. Oh, your grandmama was nurturing. Girl, if you had a nurturing my grandmama was nurturing too. I'm great. If I didn't have that, look, if I didn't have that nurturing grandmama, I would be something else right now. If it weren't for my grandmama, my pastor, and a couple of my uncle and a couple of other people, yeah, I'd be something to deal with. Yeah, I'd be something to deal with, honey. Cause it's something having it's something having a mean mother energy. That's rough. That mean mother energy. If you was if you looking for that love like that, at least you got it from somebody. But it ain't nothing like the mama when you doing. Oh Lord, girl, what you talking about? Excuse me. No, if it wasn't for my grandmama, they probably would have killed me. The grave, the crazy house, or the jailhouse. You mean prison? Prison, yeah. Cause I was looking for that. I was looking for that approval. I was dealing with this not with my grandmother. No. But with the other group, them baby booms, I was dealing with a conditional. It's based off conditional. And when you always gotta do something to receive love. You know what I'm saying? Like that's conditional love. But unconditional love is just, you know what I'm saying? That's what you get from you get that from the big mama. That's what we looking for. That's what we search. That's the deep love. That's what we searching for. Sometimes our mothers, I realize our mothers and stuff don't love us because they don't love themselves. And sometimes they won't show the love. Sometimes our grandmothers might have been different back then. They might have been like, I think I would be a different person with grandchildren than I would have been with the children. Like, not that I was a bad parent, but as a grandparent, you know you got that more. You done went through the storm. You older, you wiser. You got that more love and nurturing and understanding. You got time. You got a little more time because you know the game. You can hack the game. So I don't know. For a grandmother to be mean, that's like I know kids to be like their grandmother mean. I ain't my grandmama whooped my ass, discipline me and all that, but I know she won't me. I know I would be in discipline because I was misbehaving. But you know, a mean grandmama, if they a mean mama, they gonna be a mean. Let me tell you, most of the time they a mean mama, they gonna be a mean grandmama. That meanness don't go, Lou. That meanness don't go nowhere. That meanness don't go nowhere. Now my daddy, may she rest in peace, power. My daddy mama was mean. That's my grandmama on my daddy's side. Every time she seen me, she had something bad, negative to say. And I don't know what she went. I'm sure she went through hell, but at the same time, that's what I perceived. She was just mean. Everybody said she was mean. You know what I'm saying? She was just mean. Yeah, and I can have a little. I don't like being mean. I don't. Some people get a thrill and enjoy. I can be, cause I noticed some men like a mean bitch. They don't like you to be nice. If you be nice, I had my ex told me not long ago. He said, "Oh my god, when you used to snap on me, it was such a turn on." And I'm like, "Well, I'm glad I ain't with you, cause you a sick man. You like that's toxic. I don't want to be snapping on nobody for them to think I'm sexy. So you gonna think I'm boring now, cause honey, I be meditating, drinking my lotus hibiscus tea." And you know, being in the present, being in sobriety, like I don't even have to drink or anything like that. Like I used to like be a social, maybe a little more than sociable back in the day, but now I can go to the tree and get a that's a I'm in the present. I could get a natural high from the tree, but that mean girl shit is a lot. Yeah, yeah. I was conditional love. I mean, but they know how to show them boys that they know how to show them boys that nurturing and shit though. You notice that them patriarchal women they know how to cater to them sons, but when it comes to them daughters, oh you got to be providing service, honey. You got to be providing some. They ain't gonna no. I didn't do. I don't. I'm so glad that I listen. I did the opposite of what was done to me, but at the same time. I feel like I was too nurturing sometimes and I was taking advantage of and manipulated sometimes. And that's okay, but that's my fault. Cause you know how when you don't have something, you want to be the opposite to yours. So yeah, I've been a little over too overly sometimes, but I'd rather have a mother that's a little overly with me than not have it at all. Cause I know what it feel like. Like you said, I know what conditional love feel like on both ends. I ain't even just putting it out there and saying, "Oh, it's my," but my dad is he the same way, and I charge it to the game. Like, you know what? I've been there for them when they was, you know, down and out, sick and this and that, and they was sick. They was getting sick when I was real young because they was working at around a lot of chemicals and stuff like that. So they was getting sick when I was real young and showing me their ass. I'm like, when they sick and need something, they nice and humble like that snake when that snake froze. And he like, ma'am, can you take me home? Can you take me? Can you take me to my house, to your house and throw out? She's like, no, if I take you to my house, after you get in front of the fireplace and you throw out, you're gonna bite me again. No, ma'am, I promise I won't bite you once I shit. Honey, I know. I ain't up here talking about oh paranoia, schizophrenia, mess. I done tried. Listen, don't nobody look, I have been what you call it, forgiven, being try to forgive, try to work with people, try to put. You can't work with some people. You got to walk away. You got because they don't like you. They not trying to. They just want to use your resources and your energy. They want you to help. They want your help when they need it. But when they don't, when they on their feet, it's fuck you. And they'll take that energy that you help them get back on their feet and heal, and they'll go help your enemies or people that don't like you, and it'll start right back that same. Oh no, I'm not gonna be in no loop. Fuck it. Two tears in a bucket. Yeah, he was. He didn't have no back. You said your dad was there. My mom showed my brother different treatment, and my son and I was treated like no. Yeah, girl, that sound for. That's how they do. Look. That's a lot of women. A lot of what we went through that. Why was that going on? Why? Why was that? Why would that go on? Why did they do that? That's a generational trying to pass some mess down to you that you don't need. You didn't need that. You didn't need, but maybe you needed that to become who you are now so that you know how to treat other people like that. Imagine if you had a daughter and your daughter seen your mother. Imagine if you had a daughter and your daughter seen that. Y'all know your son pissed off about it, probably still there. Listen, them boys do not like to see their mama get mistreated by the family. They especially they don't like to see their mother get mistreated by her mother. Just unfair stuff. Men men don't take the stuff that we take. You know, we want to be with the family and want to keep forgiving and be linked up with the bullshit and the toxicity. We don't sometimes know when to let it go and walk away and say fuck them. Them men done seen it. Them men be like, fuck this. I'm not dealing with it. Fuck them people. I don't give a damn if it's family or not. They can kiss my ass. They know them men ain't gonna take it like that. A lot of them, not these generation Gen Z and millennials, they not taking that shit. And I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's not good. Your dad, he didn't have no backbone. He was afraid of your mother. Your mother was she was running the household, a matriarch, but she was she was running it into the ground. You know what I'm saying? She was, yeah. She probably wasn't. She probably treated you like that because she probably was afraid of you. She probably was in fear of who you really were. You know, she could see it. Yep. Oh yeah. She treat your brother. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's because she intimidated by you, and no matter how much she got, she can have more than you. She's still jealous of you. She's scared of you because you are the one that's gonna. You know, she know you the one that's breaking the cycle. Yeah. Yeah. She's scared of you. Yeah, and it's sad to say that's a lot of us with a lot of people that had to leave their parents alone because their parents is a lot of time your parents be the testing ground. They be your enemy. I hate to say it. Ain't nobody talking there. Oh, you know, you gotta love your parents and stuff. I used to tell people like Mother's Day hit differently for some people. Like everybody don't hit, you know what I'm saying, don't hit the same for because now because I worked on myself and because I worked on my healing and stuff like that, I can I can truly say like it's just these holidays really it used to be hard for me. I'm talking about the holidays. I look, if I hadn't worked on myself recently, I would have been in a spiral. Because somebody gonna tell me like, oh, you know, I used to make sure you was around on the holidays so we could be a family. And I'm like, you don't remember how you treated me on several holidays and what I went through and how you would you know have other people around and you would try to embarrass me and stuff like that. And I'm working. I'm trying to work. That's why I used to work on the holidays. That's the main reason in the medical field I was always working on the holidays. I would go ahead and cook my stuff for the kids, spend time with them, but I would make sure I was working and stuff. I made sure they have you know what they needed and I would try to work. I mainly sometimes I would try to do double shifts. But I didn't want to deal with the holidays. And that's something cuz That's a time when my grandmama passed away. It all went. We used to have family reunions and gatherings and dinners and oh my God, I'm talking about. I remember Christmas when my grandmother was living and she was in good health. My grandmother would make her own Christmas wreaths with the berries and all that. I'm talking about live Christmas wreaths. We would have live Christmas trees. I'm talking about she would do everything from scratch, the candy, the cakes. I mean, it wasn't even about no Santa Claus, even though we got toys. But what I remember about Christmas is all of the homemade things that she used in nature. The just make it like a wonderland where she used things from the garden, where she would use the trees and the berries and the pine trees. I mean, it was an amazing experience just Christmas with my grandmother. But honey, after she passed away and when she started, going downhill, I really saw like I mean I could see I saw who they were, but not to the full. They came out of that when my grandmama started going downhill and stuff. They came out of their shell. That's all I got to say. They really came out of their shell. Then they was like these motherfuckers. Hey, no, yeah, I worked on a holiday because I know it was gonna be when my grandmama was up and running. Ain't nothing could keep me from her. Nothing. I'd be right out there to the after I seen how them demons come out of their damn shell. Honey, I'd be like, I started really celebrating holidays with my personal family. I won't doing they stopped having the gatherings and stuff anyway. They didn't even that was all that was all my grandma. That was all her doing it, honey. They won't study none of that. Cause once soon as she got up out of here, you saw the real product. Yeah. And then you supposed to venerate your ancestors and do stuff to honor them. If they want you to come together and stuff, you still supposed to be doing that. If you know that person wanted you to do that, they done left you stuff and left you land. They left you they land and what? You that even if they didn't leave you a damn thing, because they a lot of our people they took the lands and they didn't have the but still and yet if they left you their houses and put in the wheels for you to make sure that the people that don't have nowhere to live can stay, they don't honor nothing. She say nothing. They don't. So you know what? Before I try to sit there and build a broken house, I'm out. I ain't got time. Look, look. I'm like the phoenix, honey. I ride. I could be. Look, with my energy, I'll build my tribe from the script from another location or whatever. I ain't gotta deal with that dirty, more disrupted, dysfunctional bot, NPC, disembodied creature bullshit. Okay? Where everybody I mean, you can't get nothing done because everybody against you, not even because you don't know what you know what you're doing and you know how to build it. They just don't like why? Because of what some crazy person said that don't even make no sense anyway. They all listening to the same. They all on the same dumbass, stupid frequency, and they ain't prepared for that. I can't do it. I don't look. Like I said, if I gotta keep telling you something and you don't listen, and I gotta keep telling you not who not to be around, you gonna have to figure it out. Look. I done all. I don't just give up on people, but I'm tired. Like I'm tired. I don't just be like, "Fuck you, it's over." That's how a man will do. A man ain't gonna stand there and label with you and stick with you. They gone. Even these fathers, they ain't not gonna deal with these fucked up women. They be like, "Look, baby, I see you on the other side. When you get grown, baby, we can get together." They leave these kids with these crazy women too. They leave their kids in all kind of situations. They gonna get out of there, and that ain't good. But I'm saying a man ain't gonna stay there. A woman, some women got to get the hell on, and I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. Cause sometimes I wish I would have got the hell on a long time ago. Really, it ain't never too late. It ain't no such thing as time. But sometimes I wish I would have got the hell on before I did. I wish I would have let that family thing about that dream of the family. Please, that be your damn enemies. Please, and then don't let them be around your kids too long. They gonna turn your children against you if they can. Your damn family. They might even be the ones that's who be saying these children and stuff. And sometimes these kids get around your fucked up family, they ain't gonna leave them. They gonna stay. You gonna have to walk away and realize you done what you could do, and you successful in that. That you tried and you did what you could do. You showed the love. You helped build some empires, but sometimes you're gonna build stuff and you ain't even gonna. You're gonna walk away from what you built because you gotta build something somewhere else that's gonna be better for you. You hear me? You can't take everybody with you. Yeah, I be working the holidays. I don't do it now so much. I don't really care about no holidays. I stopped celebrating holidays alone. Look, I always be like, I was a married single woman. I didn't understand how the 25th of the when I grew up, I didn't understand how the fucking 25th of December and the first of the month is that close together. So I sit there and spend all my damn money buying a lot of toys and shit. I'm gonna pay my mortgage and shit. I don't get that. I'm like, how in the fuck am I supposed to get all this stuff by the 25th, but then I gotta turn around and pay all these? That's a setup. So you know what I did most of the time? When I paid my bills and when I had it, they was we shopped all through the year. When they wanted something, they did good in school. But I'm like, listen, if I ain't got it on your birthday or whatever, because I'm doing this by myself. They saying I'm making money, but it don't seem like it. They won't give me no assistance. So when I got it, you got it. But we gonna make this work. Like they don't care about no holidays. Shit. I am not I am not making these damn what is it? The corporations even richer. What I get if I want to do something, yeah. But I'm not being controlled by their holiday. Look, great, a birthday. Somebody said that who that Prince or Prince said you only got one when you born, and when you all these every year you celebrate, that make you older. I do sometimes. When it comes to a big number but every year I'm not. I'm not. Oh, you got to do this for me. And I'm just that's just me. I mean, I never really like. I probably soon give myself like a big bash because I never really had like a serious nice birthday party. I've never had growing up. I really didn't get like birthday parties and stuff. I mean, my mother and them would do stuff for me on my birthday and stuff, but I never really had no big celebration. But that's something I'll probably do like sooner than later. I probably do something big, but I don't. Every year you don't see me talking about, oh, my birthday is in a few days and this is da da da. Da." I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. I don't knock that. Oh yeah, I did a lot for them. Like some of them kids, they be like, "Dad, y'all shop all through," because they like we don't really do the holidays, so we just do a lot of stuff all the time. Like we do a lot. We did. I mean, when they were we did a lot, but yeah, I would do Christmas but I really never really. I don't celebrate the holiday. Like I don't care about the holidays like that. I might do something like on Valentine's. That thing, look, the Valentine's, look, that's supposed to represent the booty, the round booty. But on Valentine's, I think I gave my neighbor some roses and I bought a candle and little stuff and got there's some they bought me the little knickknack. But that's not nothing that you have to do. And I'm not gonna think you a bad person because you don't do something on a Mother's Day, on my birthday, on Christmas, on Easter, on Thanksgiving. I mean, listen, it don't have to be if you showing each other love and y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. Valentine's Day is irrelevant when you showing real love every day. Christmas, Jesus won't born on that day, and Santa Claus don't even exist. But I mean, I know kids won't talk, but I just seen some people they so indoctrinated. I mean, they got to do this here on this day and this here. And it's too much. It's just by now we should not be making these corporations rich like that. We shouldn't even be celebrating these holidays anyway, because all it is for them to make money off of us. That's the main reason why I stopped celebrating them. I buy it when I got it. You know what I'm saying? Or when I feel like somebody deserve it or need, but just venerating. No, I'm not doing that. Most of these holidays was for them to for where they hurt us. And it's a ritual. Like it's all a ritual. A port like that girl, her birthday. That man took that girl. That's like a portal. How you gonna take somebody out on their freaking birthday when they were born? Think about it. Think about this. You leaving out of the world at the same time you fucking came in. You leaving the world the same time frame that you came into the world. That's like I brought you into this world. I take you out. Your mama can't even do that. How the fuck you leaving out of this 3D realm the time frame that as somebody, it ain't like you just died of natural causes. Somebody forced you out on your birthday. That's fucking crazy. That's a ritual. That's a freaking ritual. And the numbers add up. Somebody was saying the numbers add up to Skull and Bones. And you never know. They got a lot of secret society. I believe he was in a secret society because he with that crypto stuff. You know, that's Jeffrey Epstein, but the people that was funding his hedge funds and stuff, they are in discrepancy with Epstein, the crypto. You know, that's what they was using for the trafficking and stuff. You know, so yeah, it's just wow. Like I don't know. That's a lot to be taken out on the day you came into the world, and the mother is really calm because honey. I don't know. They're gonna really need more money. It's time is of the essence. The body is still able to be presumed and get a nice decent informative data collected autopsy, but if they wait too long, the case gonna die down. I don't even know if the embassy is any good. You know, those embassies are not what we think. Like we thinking, oh, the U.S. embassy coming in and now everything gonna be all right. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Honey, it takes money and power, and it's not what you know, it's who you know. And if they go over there, they really don't know how to really communicate with those people and speak the language and know how to interact with those. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to move. That's a different part of the world. You know what I'm saying? They can't just go over there and land and just be sitting there like somebody gonna come to them and tell them. So you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, make shake and move, and they got to make some powerful connections with somebody over there that's gonna guide them and help them. Not no spy that's really working both sides, but somebody that's really trying to help them find out what happened to their daughter. They need to know the exact time frame that she passed. They need to know when she passed. They need to know how she passed. They need some serious details about what is going on with her, and when during the time when what distress she was in. What did the hotel actually witness? Did they witness her hang? That don't even sound right. Did they witness her hanging from a rope, or did they see him with her hanging from his hands, with his hands around her throat, dangling in the air? That sounds more feasible to me. I'm just saying, this is my son goddess. I'm just thinking, it sounds like that what the butler ran off from is him seeing the man having her suspended up in the air by her throat. That makes more sense to me. Where they separated them, baby, and he snuck back in and was choking her out. He came on back in there and finished her off or something. I don't know, but something ain't right. I don't believe them people at that motel. I believe they helping him cover it up, but I believe he did it. I don't know whether this was premeditated or what, but it's too ritualistic with the as above, so below symbol. And also, I'm looking at the umbrella, reminds me of the Epstein Island symbolization. It's just I know the family is, going through it. They're grieving. They lost a loved one, but they're really gonna need more than just that amount of money. They're gonna need, like I said, they're gonna need to hire their own private pathologist, forensic pathologist. They're gonna need attorneys. They're gonna need money to throw around in Zanzibar. They're gonna need money to travel back and forth because it's no telling how long they have to stay. They need to get connected with some powerful people that they know are going to be helping them get justice and get to the bottom of this. I don't know what justice will come of this, but I think that just them knowing exactly what happened to her would give them a peace of mind, and her too, knowing that her parents and her family knows what actually happened, and getting the body back over here to the states, and getting a personal private autopsy from a pathologist, forensic pathologist, and maybe them telling them exactly what they think, from the results of the autopsy here done in America or the US. So um being over there in that place where it happened, but bring them closer to her too. And then I know her body is still there, and they need to check to find out if they're how they're storing her body. Is it adequate to keeping the body preserved and the way they stored it over there in Zanzibar? Do they have the facility to properly store the corpse of Miss Ashlee Janae Robinson? So I really think that time is of the essence. I think they need to get on the uh, more GoFundMe's and raise more, because I don't see how $50,000 would suffice for the journey that they have with this situation of losing their loved one and trying to get to the bottom of it. It's gonna take a lot of grit. It's gonna take a lot of courage. It's gonna take a lot of persistence. It's gonna take even not just that, but even spiritually, not just physically, but it's gonna take them spiritually connected with their ancestors that love them, and being guided with discernment, and being able to speak in truth and power. They're gonna have to get their speeches together too. The dad did okay. The mom, I know she's in shock. I know everybody grieves differently, but we're gonna have to speak the truth. If we think that the man did it, it's nothing wrong with stating that I think this man took my daughter out, and I want to get to the bottom of this, and I need help. We're gonna need more than just 50. We thought we made a mistake. Um, but we gonna need, and they might need a little PR. You know what I'm saying? It don't hurt to get some PR training. This is a high profile case. It's gotten the right attention, but if they don't move at the right time, I feel like it's gonna be brushed under the rug, because I feel like that in that area, men are not prosecuted for crimes against women and children as they would be over in the US. It's not the same system. There's a lot of corruption. It's a third world country. They're not able to investigate it like they would over in the US and other places that's more developed. So I feel like money and time is of the essence. And that's sad. That's really sad. This is a sad situation. Because we are still trying to find out what happened to our lovely, lovely lady, Shanquilla. We are still trying to find out what happened to Shanquilla Robinson. So it's just sad. Yeah. But yep. Um We have been called, and we all have a purpose. And it's time, we was what you call it? We was bred and born and uh trained with our family, but now it's time to expand. We are hopefully been working on healing, and the things that we have went through, we can use that to help others. We can use that to guide the youth. A lot of them, even some of the older people don't know which way to go. Age is nothing but a number. Yeah, I refuse to sit in my pain and hurt and sit at the crossroads and complaining and hurt and all, just sit there. Oh, they don't love. Listen, I love myself. Yes, it's been some ups and downs, and it's been some hurtful things that's happened, and I've reacted to some things in the right way, and I reacted to some things in the wrong way. But at the same time, I was always trying to get back up and be reborn and transmuted and life, death, and rebirth and transformation. And like the phoenix, we rise. You know what I'm saying? From the ashes. So as we rise from the ashes again, I'm using the things that I've experienced. I'm on the other side of a lot of things now. I passed the test. I went through the water and I didn't drown. I went through the fire and I didn't get burned. So I'm on the other side of it, and I can use what I've experienced to not, you know, to toxic bond. I'm not trying to toxic. I'm trying to show you the ways in which I got to the other side of this, working on healing and resting. Some things I have been restored from is healing, is levels to this healing. But I've let so much go, and the peace from within is, oh my goodness, it's I have not felt like just releasing and letting. This is a time to let go of things that no longer serve you. You know what I'm saying? Or either put them in their place. You don't have to never talk to people again, but if the connection is to the point where you feel like you being drained and this and that, it's time to branch off and start pouring into yourself. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. And like I said, I'm on the other side of some things, and I want to help the collective. I want to help the collective. I don't want to. I don't want to. We not. I'm not sitting at the last time when I did creation years ago. I was in the fire. I was in the storm. I won't over it. I was in it, and I was speaking from a place of being in the middle of the water, in the middle of the storm, in the middle of the fire. But honey, I'm on the other side of some things now, and I can tell you how to get there. I can help you. I can help you heal, and I can guide you. And you know what? You got all the tools within yourself. What I'm doing is guiding you to go within and use what you got. You don't need nothing but you, yourself, me, myself, and I. And that's a powerful combination. And like I said, we gotta be more aware. We gotta be our brothers and sisters keepers and be aware of our surroundings and not be so uh like that movie Sinners, letting them in. We can't let them in. And it ain't a color thing, it's a spirit. Hey, you got sheep and wolf clothing that come in all colors, shapes, and forms. It can be a woman. It ain't necessarily gotta be no man. It can be a kid. It can be a pet. Anything. It could be your job. It could be your damn uh your house, your car, whatever. Something that you is to it and worshiping, and you feel like you can't live without it. It could be materialistic things, something that you just worshiping and obsessed with, and feel like you got to have it, and no matter what signs, you can't let it go. No, we came into this world with just me, myself, and I. We gonna leave out with just me, myself, and I. With just me, myself, and I, and that's how you gonna leave. We need to be detaching and letting things go, freeing ourselves. Yep, freeing ourselves, and your mind will follow. And when you live like that, and you working on yourself and going within and discerning and this and that, You're not gonna be. You gonna the spirit gonna be like, listen, you don't need to go there, and you gonna listen. Like what? You don't need to go there with him or her. That's danger. It could be women. Look at Shanquilla. Shanquilla Robinson went out of town with not no boyfriend. I don't think. Or no romantic. It was so called associates or friends. She went out of town with, and her murder still ain't been solved to this day. And them people were black people. They didn't. I don't think they had a lot of money and power like that. I don't know if that was a ritualistic thing or what they did with her body, or did she have all her? Well, I don't know. But come on, we see a video of them like they beating the hell out of her, and then when she get an autopsy, she got all these broken discs and broken dead and all this and that. They done dropped her on the head and all kind of shit. And these were black women. That was one that a black woman she got in a fight with. So it don't matter. It could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be your friend, it could be your lover, it could be your family member. They could be different colors, blue, green, black, white. It don't matter. It's a spiritual thing. They taking these people. These people not aware of their surroundings. They think everything is sweet. These people jealous of them. They jealous of you when you're on the mainland. Then you go out of the country with them, where it's easier for them to get away with this type of stuff. You know, you going out of the country with them where it's easier for them to get away with this type of stuff. So we're gonna have to be more aware of our surroundings. We're gonna have to you know, stop thinking that everything is sweet and all things that glitter is not gold, and tap into our higher selves, and learn to give what we can with boundaries and not depleting ourselves, showing unconditional love and knowing what it means and loving ourselves first unconditionally. When you love yourself unconditionally, you accept all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you integrate all of that and you heal. You working on healing because that's a forever process. That's an infinite process. But you working on healing, there's levels to it, and you done got over some stuff and you got on the other side. You learn how to love yourself unconditionally, then you can love other people unconditionally. So this has been my son Goddess 777. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think her family need to do. What do her parents need to do? And how do they need to handle this situation with this Zanzibar thing where they took, where they having to go resume the body and get to the bottom of the case. It don't seem like the people seem like they working together against the family. So much corrupt. I mean, gee, so much corruption on that island, and it's just a lot. Let me know. Comment and let me know what you think and what can be done and how do they need to go about it and what kind of funding do you think they could get to help them through this case, and like I said, how much time do you think they got? I mean, do you think this should run into them trying to resume the body all up into May and all that? But some people really venerate Mother's Day. That's sad for if a mother can't get her daughter buried by Mother's Day. Yeah, that would be sad. And I hope they get the body back over here. I hope they get to the bottom of this. I hope whatever justice that needs to be served is served. I really wish they would could extradite him back to the U.S. and prosecute him, but I don't know. I don't know what the laws are. If somebody commit a crime out of the country, can they be extradited back? And your U.S. might not have no. You know what? They can't do that. They can't. So yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think about Miss Ashlee Janae Robinson's case and how you feel like it correlates with the Shanquilla Robinson case, and how you think this should be handled by the family. What kind of I think they need guidance. What do you think? And this has been my son Goddess 777. Please like, subscribe, and share. Support Maya's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. And remember, you didn't come in here with any of these addictions and these attachments. You can go within and be free. You can really stop. You can stop. You can stop doing that shit right now. Coming soon. All right. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. And like I said, this has been Monster and Goddess. Like, subscribe, and share.